And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Move his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Up. Hawkeye's here.
You ready?
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Quadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today, I'm just going to entitle this lesson, Become President or Die Trying. Of course, I'm being facetious, but before I get into the lesson, I'll get that definition. So this is the definition for the word facetious.
Facetious.
And it says, treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor, flippant. So, obviously, this past week, or not this past week, but 2 days ago, on Saturday, you had an assassination attempt on, former President Donald Trump, and pretty much, just like brothers have been saying, regardless if it's, it was set up or not, ultimately we know it's the will of the Lord. But, just me personally speaking, I think, that this may lead up to, civil unrest. Which in it could, because how people, the American people that stand behind, this man, they truly believe in him, so I'm just going to play a couple clips just showing you the madness of these people, our people in particular, and then bring out a few scriptures, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying and straight to the point. So let's check this out.
Many, man. Wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy.
So that's, where got the title from, play on words, 50 Cent's album, Get Rich or Die Trying, Donald Trump become president or die trying. But, as you can see, they had a picture of this man photoshopped on that album cover, man, which is just complete madness, which, wasn't even a full 24 hours and people was already making memes, man. It's madness. So let's check this out.
Now I'm just gonna tell you motherfucking niggas straight out the dump. Don't fuck with my motherfucking president. Do you understand me? Nigga, we ride with Donald Trump over here, nigga. Draco, we ain't playing with you motherfucking niggas. You understand me? Keep my motherfucking president name out your mouth. Fuck, nigga.
And niggas like this is definitely gonna get drafted, you know what I'm saying? Because you man, our people are so gone, man. Our people are so gone. Which I'm gonna grab a scripture to pretty much back that up, man, because our people, man, they trust in these presidents and in the system more than they do the Lord, man. So I'll play this one.
The many traditions of openness and democracy that have marked the history of this city. Amir missed me.
And again, this was in the 80s. Ronald Reagan, now regardless if that was a gunshot or not, again, he clearly see he's joking about it. But again, man, you know, ever since Kennedy was assassinated, you clearly see they've, you know, pretty much stepped up their efforts, man. You know, and then, you know, the iconic photo right here, man. You know, Trump holding up his fist, blood on his face, the American flag in the background. Madness, bro. So this Instagram post is from, you know, Glenn Jacobs. For those that know, you know, he's former WWE wrestler Kane. You know, he's the mayor in Knox County, Tennessee. So was just looking through the comments, and the first one, it took me out. I'm not gonna lie. But again, you know, certain people, they know that this was pretty much, you know, BS. But this first guy he said that shit was more staged than your former profession. Because as we know, wrestling, you know, is scripted. You know, pretty much you already know, or not you, but, you know, the wrestlers pretty much know who's going to win a match before it even starts, you know, because they talk about it. So pretty much even with, you know, the presidential race, they know who they're going to pick, man, because ultimately it's really up to the elites who they're going to select to put in office anyway. You know, so let me see. I think that might have been it, but I'm going to play this last one. And it says, Donald Trump enters Republican National Convention with a bandage covering his right ear after assassination attempt.
If tomorrow all the things were wrong, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start
Donald
again.
Trump waving to the crowd. Obviously, the bandage, as I mentioned, on his right ear.
Thank my lucky stars.
You know, it's very interesting. They erupted into applause when they saw that he was going to walk out. But this crowd is remarkably quiet right now, Lindsay Davis, as they watch and see Donald Trump for the first time.
So, and as you can see, you know, you got these people getting all emotional. Oh my God, he survived an assassination attempt. Like, man, stop it. Just fucking stop it, man. And then, you know, post was going on. I think Forbes, I seen a post that said, you know, Forbes said that, you know, he'll appeal to the black vote, you know, more because he relates to getting shot, man. Which I'm gonna play this last one, and that's for paid in full, man.
Niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right? Niggas get shot every day, B. You be aight, nigga. You tough, right?
So, so everybody knows that iconic scene, you know, Cameron, you know, talking to, I think, you know, that's Wood Harris, you know, his character Ace, you know, he got shot, you know, but again, man, either way it goes, you know, we know that this could very well be, you know, set up and, you know, pretty much planned chaos, I'll say, you know, because that's pretty much what they want to do. You know, that's part of the New World Order, man, to bring order out of chaos, man. And which that's, you know, in the Latin order ab chaos, you know. So I'm going to start in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So yeah, man, regardless of whatever the situation may be, whether if this, you know, was a planned event that took place, or, you know, if things just happen, which, you know, with Esau, you know, nothing is just random, you know, but either way it goes, man, you know, we're not ignorant of this man's devices, because as we know, that's one thing he uses, you know, he's deception, you know, because it was pretty, it was tacky, you know, when I first heard it, you know, the gunshots didn't sound real to me, you know, just me personally, those shots did not sound real. You know, so I don't, again, like I said, I personally think that this is going to lead up to civil unrest, which it could, but again, you know, there's been speculations, you know, that they may or may not be a presidential election, you know, who knows, only the Lord knows, but, you know, myself and, starting with the apostles on down. But, I myself, I've been, speaking to certain brothers, and I've been saying, man, I feel like something, major was going to happen real soon, and regardless of this was that event that was going to take place to pretty much, get things in place and get ready for that next stage. Because, as we know, the mark of the beast is the next major prophecy that has to come to pass in order for, the prophecy after that, which is the destruction of America, aka Babylon the Great, But as we know, before the mark of the beast is implemented, there's going to be, pretty much chaos, man. All hell is going to break loose, And that's why he's pretty much, trying to rush these things, man. He's getting sloppy. So there's the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So yeah, man, indeed, this man knows his time is short, man. So this is why in the time to come, he's pretty much going to unleash, but, he's going to come down with that great wrath, and pretty much purposely collapse this system and, pretty much send his troops in, to get things in order to pretty much, solidify his new world order, if you will, But that's the time that we're leading up to, where this man is going to pretty much want to, implement his new world order. But as we know, he's not going to be able to fully fulfill it. The Lord is only going to allow Esau to get so far, So this next one, just pretty much because you had that nigga with the gun talking about, oh, man, y'all, hey, man, keep my president name out y'all mouth. And I guarantee you he's one of the niggas that was in this crowd for this next scripture that I'm going to read. So there's the book of John, chapter 19 and verse 15. And it says, "But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar." And that's pretty much the stance of our people today. 2/3 of our people that don't trust in the Lord, this is their stance, that they have no king but Caesar. So whichever one of these men, whether it be Donald Trump, whether it be Joe Biden, or whoever they puts in this office, that's who our people are going to trust, man. Caesar, instead of trusting in the Lord. But again, this is going to come back to bite them in the ass, because they don't realize that, this is going to be to their detriment, So I'm going to get the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 14. And I do have, a few scripts written down. I may not grab them all, just for the sake of time, but just to pretty much, grab the main points. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 14. And it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, and there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And yeah, man, just in verse 16 alone, it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Now, Donald Trump is the former president of the United States, so he's technically, regarded as a king. And, that man that, quote unquote, shot him, he didn't have regards for Donald Trump. But this is ultimately going into, when, who's ever in office, whatever event that takes place to where, the people, are going to pretty much, go crazy, and, all hell is going to break loose, they're not going to regard, his orders. Here's the reason why there's going to be martial law, man. He's going to send his troops out, to pretty much, again, bring order through the chaos that's going on, man. Because, again, we have to remember, that's part of his plan, problem, reaction, solution. He creates a problem, he gets the reaction of the people, and then he offers a solution, you know. So verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Again, martial law, because they're going to have, you know, military checkpoints, man. So you're not going to be able to go into, you know, the next city. You may not even be able to leave your neighborhood, you know, because that's how bad it's going to be out here. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And again, man, if women are going to be afraid, shit, it says men are going to be afraid too. It's like it says in Jeremiah 51:30, man, you know, the mighty men of Babylon have become as women. You know, so a lot of these men out here are not just, you know, only physically, you know, well, a lot of these men are mentally, physically, and spiritually weak, man. You know, they've become as women. And then you literally have men that have become women, you know, becoming transformers. You know, but again, I said, you know, it's going to be bad. You know, men are going to be afraid. In verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, man, there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a lack of bread out here. Now, there is going to be food. There's just going to be a lack of it, you know, because all these people, you know, these doomsday preppers that have all this, man, people are going to look to find these people. And even not just doomsday preppers, man, your neighbors, you know, if they know, you know, if they're watching you when you come back from the grocery store, man, you know, they know once that time comes, so, oh, well, my neighbor has food, man, you know, he went grocery shopping his last time. They're going to try to take, you know, whatever food or water you have, man. These people aren't going to have pity on each other, you know. So, I'm going to get the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 12, and it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And, you know, you clearly see the love of many is waxing cold indeed, man. You know, again, like I said, regardless if this was a, you know, quote unquote false flag attack, you know, or not, you know, again, a man just tried to assassinate, you know, Donald Trump, you know, while he's running for president. So, you know, again, the love of many is waxing cold. And then we also know that, you know, people, you know, violence is increasing in the earth. You know, violence is indeed increasing, you know. So I'm going to get the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, and verse 9. I'll start at 8. And it says, and again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he that giveth it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. And who is the slayer? Esau. You know, because he's ultimately the Lord's whipping stick, man, and that's who he's pretty much used to punish the nations, primarily, you know, the Israelites. You know, he's pretty much used Esau as a whipping stick for us, man, because again, we went off. We disobeyed, you know, by not keeping the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. Hence the reason why we're in this situation now, you know. But again, the Lord is pretty much going to, you know, let Esau loose to do, you know, his bidding in these last days, man. And he's going to be like a madman, sparing none, which again, I'm going to grab that real quick. It may be in chapter 16. Slakia, bear with me. Yep, second Esdras, which I'm going to, you know, go back to the earlier verses, you know, a couple of the earlier verses, and then this may be it. But this is the book of second Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 71. And it says, they shall be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So yeah, man, this man is gonna go crazy. The Lord is gonna let Esau loose, to pretty much, be the devil for the last time before he ultimately takes him out of power. Because again, man, that's the time that we're in. Again, Revelation 12:12, Esau does not have a long time. So he's gonna come down with that great wrath, man. And then I do have a couple other scriptures written down, but I'm just gonna end it on this. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 17. And it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So, this is what Esdras is asking, the angel, because he's pretty much seen a vision of what was going to take place in this current time that we're in, man. He's seen this vision. It also made him sick, man, because of all the things that were going on, man. That's pretty much what he's asking, man. Who's going to deliver me? Now Esdras, he is of the elect, so ultimately he's going to be saved, But it's going to be so bad out here. That's what he's pretty much asking, man. Who's going to deliver me from this trouble? Verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these things come? And again, he's asking, well, what am I going to do? But again, the Lord is going to be with Esdras, whoever he is and wherever he may be. The Lord is going to be with him. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So yeah, these things are being sent upon the earth, man. A famine, is being put in place, man. You have all these food factories that are burning down. You have this GMO food, this lab grown meat, a famine, is coming, plague, the Lord is going to, unleash, these different pestilences, these sicknesses, these diseases, tribulation, there's going to be great tribulation, man. Verse 20, it says, but all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. But and then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So yeah, right now, certain places you go, because again, we're suffering from inflation right now, but certain places you go, you can still get food, for a pretty decent price, depending on what you get. But again, people are going to think themselves to be in a good case. But again, as it says, man, evils are going to grow upon the earth, man. Evils are going to grow. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So yeah, man, the people that don't die of the famine, they're going to be slain by the sword, or however the Lord sees fit to take them out. These are the things that are going to take place upon this earth, because again, this attempt on Donald Trump's life could very well lead up to Jacob's trouble. Excuse me, Slakia. Which, that's what we're hoping for, man. We're hoping that all hell breaks loose soon, because as we know, once that happens, we're getting closer and closer to our Lord Yahweh Shai returning. And Lord willing, if we're of the elect, delivering us, man. That's our hope, to be delivered from this destruction, man, and from the tribulation that he's going to bring upon the earth. So I'm going to end it on verse 23. And it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Yeah, man, these cities are going to be wasted during this time, man. And as it says, the dead shall be cast out as dung, meaning there's going to be so many dead bodies, people aren't going to have time to bury them. You won't have time, to have a proper burial, to have a funeral service and all of that, man. You're going to be stepping over bodies, man, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to die in the time to come, man. Because again, who knows? We just have to wait and see what this event is going to lead up to. Again, hopefully it'll lead up to Jacob's trouble. It'll lead up to all hell breaking loose, man. We just have to wait and see. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.